Look for UK. Okay. Welcome in to the BPRL race in the Netherlands, round 11 of the 16 round season. So this is round 11, Netherlands. Yeah, full quality at 50% race, equal performance. There's many, the only people joining into the chat are people who are in this league. So, but yeah, Q1 has started. Hello, Chima and Tizera. But yeah, Q1 started. Still no drivers going out. And if you hear some sounds in the background, like construction working place, then I apologize for that. Yeah, I apologize for the weird noises that may come in the background, but I hope that doesn't bother you. But yeah, first drivers to go out. First driver, the Mercedes of Tur. Then the AlphaTauri driver of BBA Dog. Then behind him is the driver of Coca-Cola. Coke. Then the other Mercedes driver of Volta, and right behind him is Giovi. Oh, a driver has spun out of the carousel, you could say. That is an... Right, who is it? It's high, and it was... And Coke has hit the wall, I think. I've seen some damage. Yeah, he has broken his front wing, his end plate, which obviously now he probably wasted a good fresh set of softs. And yeah, he has to go into the pits. Tur has started his own lap, so let's take a look on his already flyer. And turn 3. Now exiting out of the turn 3, going these little corners flat out. First sector is gonna be 25.2. Now into this long right-hander, I think turn 7. This tricky sector 2. Try not to get getting on the outside curb, which he didn't. Try using all of the available track, going as close to the inside curb as possible, but not going onto it because it may cause a spin. Second sector, it's 50.131. Here's a bit of traffic that he will approach. There's an Aston Martin still sitting, but is he gonna clear up? He is gonna clear it in time, and I don't think he'll get any of the slipstream, maybe a tiny bit, but not much. Tur is gonna finish his time 111.929. High gets 5 place grid penalty with collision with. Oh, what happened here? What happened there? There were like 3 drivers spun. Javier has spun out of the turn 7, but as Tur was exiting turn 1, there were like 3 cars spun. Yeah, it was weird. Luke, I think, had. No, he's in the garage. I know, so George was going into. No. There's a McLaren on track, but for me, he's on pits. Okay, it's weird. Too much happening right now on track, even though it's Q1. A lot of yellow flags. I can't even keep up with them. Matt has no front wing. He's gonna go into the pits. I think he was one of the drivers caught up in some incident in turn 1. Javier, no, that's not Javier. It's Giovi. Trying to reverse. He spun, entering or exiting turn. No, turn 2. No, that's turn 3. So the banking is turn 4, I think. So exiting turn 3 and entering turn 4, lost the rear and hit the wall on the outside, on the right side. Trying to find some drivers who are on the lap. Coke, I think he's on a lap. Yeah, he's on a lap. Starting his lap. Flyer. Ooh, and he spins and he goes into the wall and again loses his front wing. And that's again a lap. I think it's again a lap that is destroyed. Trying. Oh, and Coca-Cola has been disqualified from Q1 or from the whole qualifying for blocking the pit lane exit, and he's gonna be starting probably. No, I think there were some grid penalties, so I don't think he's gonna start last. I think Reggie was one of them. Still has not exited his own pit garage. I think it was one of them. Is anyone? No, Dilly in the pit, going into the pits. Matt on the out lap. There's yellow flags. Jogger has, I think, spun. I mean, at least he doesn't have broken front wing. That's at least one of those good things. Albo has retired in the pits, thinking he's confident with his lap. I mean, probably will. Ooh, and again, Jogger has spun. He had some dirt on the left side. Yeah, we can see clearly that he has some dirt on the left-hand side of this car. So maybe he hit his left side pod. What is he doing? I mean that's one way to let people through. George has left the session for some reasons. When Javier, I think he was doing his own time lap, but spun exiting out of the second last corner. Again someone, and that's Matt again. So many drivers spinning in the first like so many things happening in Q1 even, like so many drivers spinning, losing their front wings. Like, holy Jesus. I think Matt has broken his front wing like twice, and as well Coke has twice. So that's four front wings for Ferrari. Just in 8 minutes. That, I don't know. Reggie actually went out of this pit garage. The championship leader. Let's take a look at his flyer. Turn 4. Going in the game, you have to go on the inside. You can't do as well like people on the real life. First sector is going to be 124.885. Turn 7 really nicely. Onto this really tricky part, probably one of the most trickiest parts of the circuit. If you're not going on the curb, you will spin out almost automatically and more lose time. Second sector is going to be 49.783. Could have gone maybe a bit closer to the curb on the inside, but okay. He had 2 purple sectors. Again, here he missed the apex. I think he's just doing a somewhat good lap, decent lap, and the time is gonna be 111.555, which is like 4/10 ahead of Tur, and the same as well for Volta. His own teammate about 7/10 behind him, but for the top 3 cars, they don't really have to like worry about the like Q1. Or I mean, right now Matt has what some really weird pit lane stuff going on. Matt and Luke got released at I think Luke got unsafely released into Matt, and Luke's AI went actually to the right side. I've never seen that on this game. Oh, and an AlphaTauri has spun. That is Chumini. Flex, an Alfa Romeo, I think he's spun again. That's Javier, and again losing his front wing. Reggie going into the pits. His teammate is out of the pit garage. He's gonna start his own lap. It's again yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 2. So many yellow flags. Oh my god. Now let's take a look on his own lap. I just don't have anything to do. Shazza 24.946, and that's the lap ruined for Shazad, going too wide out of the turn 7, going off track actually, but luckily not hitting any walls, not even spinning, so that's at least something good. But he was improving by like 1/10, so he could have gone ahead of both Mercedes drivers, but by the way, now I realized Volta has improved his time by 1/10, about 1/10. Behind Sheza is a Haas of Dilly, who is improving on his time, and he's on a flyer. He's gonna go P8 with 113.344, and that puts him P8 in a Haas. And there was a spun car of Shaza, and it's now George goes P9, and I think Matt went as well, now P7, Matt with 112.661 and George with 113.140. And I think Venom in the Aston Martin going ahead of Dale, going P10th, 113.260. As Reggie retires in the pits, I mean with that lap he can be confident that he's gonna be in the going into Q2. As of right now, Gemini, Diego, Javier, and Jovi are on the chopping block, like in danger of going out of Q1. I mean, Coca-Cola has disqualified from the session, so that he's going out of the Q1 automatically. Sector 2 and Sector 3 yellow flags, but I think there's still 4.5 minutes into Q1. Volta as well retired in the pits. Ted actually is sick. I haven't even noticed myself, but Ted in a Williams 112.623, and that has put it him, and he's P6. I haven't even noticed myself that. In a Williams, the worst car on the grid right now. Oh, there was a bit controversial, like letting people through as Venom spinning on a straight line. Okay, Matt retiring the pits. I think BB's time was ruined, or at least I think he was caught up in some traffic, maybe. I mean, I've seen that the letting by Venom and Ted wasn't the best, but he doesn't have any like fuel symbol that he's low on fuel, so he can still push this lap. Somehow did not get it invalid that lap. I was for sure thinking that he might get invalidated this and next lap. He needs to get really good lap as both Haas driver, no, Diego goes into P12, and who was it? And as well, Javier goes P14, and as of right now they're in to Q2, and now Ultra Aim and BBA Dog are now on the chopping block of going to out of Q1. Both of, I mean, like all of those drivers that are in danger of going out of Q1, they need to go now, like at least now, out of their pit boxes. As Ultra Aim, last one who I think is like realistically in danger. Maybe, I don't think Venom is that much at risk. Dale, you could kind of consider him, but from Diego, he's in danger still, because the gap between Sherman and BBA Dog going really slowly in the start-finish lane. What is he trying to do? What is he trying to do? What is he trying to do? What is he doing? Oh well. Luke finishing his time, going P9, 113.105, and I think behind him was Slogger, who is gonna start his own lap. Shimonai starting his own lap. Giovi not on his lap. I think he has enough time as BBA Dog spins out of the turn 4 and retires in the on the track, and his AI is stuck. His AI is beached. That can be maybe so. No, his car is cleared. Dark Jovi he's gonna make to the finish line, so he can still do one final lap. Javier, he has invalid time and he spins, so he is in danger. He's in danger of going out of Q2, Q1. Sorry, Q1. Luke not going on his lap. Logger not on his lap. But behind him there is Shumenai, who is improving by 7 tenths, 6.5 tenths. And his time is gonna be 113.536, which puts him ahead of Logger. Javier as now out of Q1. Ultra Aim. He's gonna be the next one to finish his own timed lap. Is he gonna improve? He's still pushing, so he's gonna finish this lap. Is it gonna be 113.602, which puts him right now P15? But Jovi is improving by 9 seconds to his lap. No, Jovi is out of fuel, so he's out. So drivers out of Q1 are Cola, Jovi, BB8 Dog, Javier, and Jogger. Ultra Aim just getting into Q2. And Reggie, the championship leader, P1 in the championship, in Q1. Sorry, in Q1. Behind him, Volta, and then from there, Ted in the Williams, 4th. Then Shaza, Albo, Matt, Hall, again really nice, and he's as well in the Williams, but he has 5 place grid penalty, so that's not really good. Then P9 Luke, and rounding off the top 10 is George, as well in the McLaren. I'm gonna quickly change the controller, because on this controller what I'm using, the battery is running out. No, I'm not gonna talk about Auschwitz. I'm not gonna talk here about Auschwitz. I'm not gonna tell anything, like any opinions in the flipping league race commentary about Auschwitz, like that. And even myself, I'm Polish, so like it does, like. I mean, to be honest, I don't really care about Auschwitz as a Pole. Q2 starting. First drivers to go out of their pit boxes are Albo and Matt. And then a McLaren of Luke, and behind him an AlphaTauri of Gemini, and then right behind him is and then a few seconds behind him is Ted, and I know it was high, but his teammate right behind him. Gemini spinning out of the turn 4, high going wide, exiting turn 3, and he's still off the track. Both Red Bulls as well. Out of their pit boxes. The championship leaders in the constructors, and Reggie leading the championship. the two-time champion 2 seasons before, and it can be likely that he's gonna get again in season 3 the championship again. But Alebo first to start his own lap. We're not gonna go on the onboard, but we're gonna look at these cameras. Going really nicely to turn 3, 4, and his first sector is gonna be 25.195. Not running wide out of turn 7. Not going on the curb on the outside. He has the traffic of Aston Martin, who gets out of the way, thankfully for him. Not any mistakes through those couple of corners, and his second sector is 50.4459. Now these few last couple of corners are the last, like, proper corner where you need to brake. Now fully flat out through this long right-hander banked, and the time is gonna be 1:12.454. Behind him there is a Ferrari of Matt, 1:11.555. If I remember right, he did the same time as Reggie did in Q1, the exact same time, but Tur gets the faster time as of right now. P1 1:11.466, about 1/10 ahead of Matt. And then there's the Red Bull pair, Shaza slipstreaming Reggie, but that's not enough right now. Shaza was 1:21.068. He must have maybe backed off or something, but he tried to help Reggie, and Reggie right now fourth with 1:11.710. Volta in P3 with 1:11.654. Gemini P7. Luke P6 in the McLaren. Venom going P7 with the time of 1:13.106. Then Tur's gonna go into pits. Shaza has spun, and Reggie is not on lap. There may be ultra aim. I think he's on a lap. 51.338, his second sector. Now full throttling this last corner, last bank's corner. The eyes open, and that is a time of 1:13.589. P8 about 1/10, just a bit under 1/10 ahead of Gemini. Gemini going into the pits. Diego, his valid time, and Shaza going into the pits. Right now most of the drivers are gonna go into the pits. Venom, no, he was just on an outlap, I think. Ultra aim as well on the in lap. I know, Venom I meant in lap, not out lap, in lap. And his teammate as well on in lap. The Williams of High is on a lap though. Second sector is gonna be 51.458. Just this last braking zone of the lap.